Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of Flat Broke Outdoors. We are headed up into the National Forest once again to see what we can get into. I got a few things planned, a few things to show y'all on this camping trip. This is only going to be a one-nighter, so we'll pray it doesn't rain all over us and we can get a few things done while we're out here. But anyway, y'all kick back and enjoy the ride, and I will see you when we get there. Hey everybody, welcome back. Excuse me. I hope y'all enjoyed the ride. I've been riding around out here for a while trying to find a spot that is pretty and we haven't been to yet, which there's a lot of spots out here we haven't been to yet, but trying to find one that looks nice. And there's a few things I look for, but anyway, the wind is blowing like a madman, so I'm trying to find a place where we could try to get in out of the wind, but it was next to impossible. But I'll give you an idea where we're at. I found this spot. The trail was kind of hidden, like nobody had been back up in this spot for quite some time. So I parked the truck out on the main trail, which is out there a little ways. Now I saw, it looked like a 2-track coming back here, so I walked back here and I saw the remnants of an old fire pit. Don't look like it's been used in a long time, possibly years. So we got to get that taken care of. We got to figure out how to get that all cleaned up and clean up some of these brushes and branches and stuff. The trailer's relatively level. I think I'm just going to leave it hooked to the truck and not, it's pretty close to right. It's just a little bit off, but not in a way that's going to keep me from sleeping good. Excuse me. Judging by the direction the wind is coming from, probably right across here, I will put up that slumberjack tarp and try to keep some of the wind. We're going to go ahead and use this as our fire pit. I'll clean it up and rake all the junk from around it so we don't set anything on fire, but I will definitely clean this place up some, and we may come back here again, in the future. So, and there's quite a lot of wood around here. It doesn't look like we're going to be struggling for any wood for a long time, and we're far enough back. I don't think anybody will be back here interrupting our camping trip. I did, the trails coming back here are pretty tight. I got some new Texas pinstripes all over my truck. I don't know if y'all have ever got a close look at it, but you can really gather up your fair share of scratches when you do what I do. And it even got a few on the trailer on my new 50-cent paint job. Got scratches everywhere. But anyway, y'all give me a few minutes to well, it's going to be more than a few minutes. I'm going to get my rake out and clean this up some, and we'll try to make this home. I'll get back with y'all in just a little bit. All right, everybody, welcome back. I would have been back a little sooner, but I got sidetracked by lunch. I cooked my lunch on that Fire Maple Maverick wood stove. It was super good. Had a steak. It was really good. I got me some wood squared away here. There's my fire pit, but the wind is just something fierce. I mean, we don't have a fire ban, but I did not leave my common sense at home. I do know with all this dry material out here, I should not have a fire under these windy conditions. So, if towards dark, a lot of times the wind will calm down, but right now, I don't know. So we'll see what happens around dark. If it calms down, we're gonna have a fire for sure. Now, y'all check this out. I made this tripod stand out of some these poles were left over from the net that goes around a trampoline. So I had those, and then my wife donated me this oven rack that she had extra, and then I bought the dog chain at Walmart, and I made this, and I have every intention of using it on this trip, but if I can't get a fire going, I'm not going to be able to use this. But if y'all notice, I did not set up my Coleman stove this time, and I had every intention of cooking everything over the fire, which brings me to this. Y'all check this out. This is a meat flipper that I had custom made by the folks over at Pandora's Forge. And I'm going to pan down here to their business card, and if you need to, you can pause it right there, and that's their information. They're on Facebook, they're on YouTube, and their YouTube name is Pandora's Homestead. But they do custom work, do all kinds of stuff. Now, I've got a lot of experience with meat flippers from back in the old days, but never nothing this tough, this strong. And I had him make it extra long because, I do a lot of cooking over the campfire. So, this, I can reach in there and turn things however I want to and not have to have my hand close to the fire, which is great. But anyway, y'all get a hold of the folks over there, and they will hook you up on any kind of custom stuff you need. All right. Now, I got my nature's nest popped up there. It's not terribly chilly outside, but the wind, I think that's the thing. I'm being able to get by with just a hoodie on, but that wind is something terrible. I did my roadhouse tarp like this again, and it's blocking quite a bit of the wind, but the wind has actually changed directions like 3 times since I've been out here. And I cleaned up quite a bit of the leaves and stuff around the fire, but I'm just not going to take any chances until that dies down some. So let's take a walk around here. See, I noticed when I was backing up here that you can see the next mountain over right through the woods now that all the leaves are off. It's beautiful out here. See over there? It's just beautiful. Haven't seen any deer out here yet, but I'm certain there's some out here. There has to be. Excuse me. And plenty of wood laying around. I brought a little bit of wood with me, not very much, but there's all kinds of logs down around here. And the way it works in this particular scope of forest is if it's down, you can cut it up and use it, firewood, whatever you want. They don't care. Now, if you're cutting firewood for home use, you have to get a permit. It's like $20 for 3 months, I believe, is how long they last. But, you can, for $20, you can cut, I think it's up to 12 cords of wood. So that's quite a lot. It's a beautiful view across there. I don't know that video cameras do the views justice. It's always nicer when you're looking with your own 2 eyes. But It's a very pretty area. And the sun is beginning to make its way down over that direction, but we still got a little daylight going on here. But I guess it's just a waiting game to see if we're going to be able to build a fire. Like I said, I had that steak for lunch, and I have some hot links. I think they're supposed to be spicy hot links for supper, but I'm sticking to my guns. If I can't cook over the fire, probably not going to. Well, I might fire the old Fire Maple Maverick back up, but I really want a fire. You know, sometimes not having a fire while you're camping is all right, but I've already had to go through that some this year. You know, in the hot part of summer, we had fire bans quite a bit because it was just dry and hot, and you just really didn't even want to sit around a fire. But if this keeps up, I may have to find a way to get one of those propane fire pits you see. I think Ignit makes one, and there's several of them on the market. But you know, I see other people that have them, and they enjoy them. I don't think it's probably quite the same, but it might be all right. I've never really been around one camping. A friend of mine's got one he built at home, you know, on his patio, and he did a really nice job. It doesn't look like anything you want to take camping. I mean, it's on quite a large scale, and when he turns that thing on, you can back up to that even in a pretty bitter cold, and it'll do you some good. But he's a lot craftier than I am. But I definitely would like one for camping. But anyway, I'm going to scratch around here and find something to do. I don't have my bed made up there yet, so I still got to do that. So I'm going to do that, and I'll get back with y'all in just a little while. We'll make some coffee with the Fire Maple X2 over there. Excuse me. And we'll enjoy our evening whether we have a fire or not. So anyway, I'll get back with y'all in just a little bit. All right. Good morning, everybody. It is about 29 degrees, and I did not sleep with my diesel heater on last night, so it is chilly. I woke up a little chilly. So the wind has died down just a little. It's not all the way, but we're going to try to get us a fire going this morning and try to get a little more comfortable around here. There we go. Try to get some sticks on here. With any luck, we won't burn the woods down. There we go. Get my gloves on here, kids. My hands are cold. Oh, yeah. I think that piece still had no pine cone on it, so that'll burn good. I gathered all this stuff up yesterday afternoon in hopes that wind would calm down. We couldn't get on the same sheet of music with that wind. I got a little coffee brewing over there. Looks like we might be able to have breakfast today. Now that we got a little fire going, we're not going to try to make it too big in case that wind gets out of hand again, but we definitely need something to get warm by for sure. Have y'all ever given any thought to what they did back, in the cowboy days, if they was camped out on the trail and the wind kicked up and started a forest fire? How you think they got that put out? What do you think they'd have to do? Just let it burn until it burned out? I'm sure that's what they had to do. But I'm sure it sucked. Yep, I bet a lot of land was, or a lot of forests and different things were lost back in those days. But anyway, we got us a fire going now, so I'm gonna check on that coffee, and I'll get back with y'all in a little bit. This is what we were missing last night, boys and girls. We needed us a fire. The wind just wouldn't give up. Or later on into the night, that wind was blowing that old trailer and rooftop tent around. It wasn't worrying me at all, but I guess one thing that was, usually when I pull into a campsite and set up where I'm going to sleep, I look around and make sure there ain't no widowmaker trees hanging above me, that if the wind does get up, it's not going to blow one of them tree limbs down on me. But that made me a little uncomfortable, but I remember there not being any big trees right there by me, so I felt safe enough. But you got to be careful. Got to be careful when you're camping. Oh yeah, good coffee. Get that back in the fire, boys. Won't do us any good sitting over there, will it? Yeah, it was hurting my feelings that the wind was so bad yesterday. I wanted a fire. After that sun went down, it really started cooling off. They said it was only supposed to get down to around freezing last night on the weather, but so I thought, well, I just won't even use that diesel heater. That's all the colder it's going to be. But when I got out from under my sleeping bag this morning, wishing I had that diesel heater turned on, but it wasn't worth turning it on just for a few minutes while I warm up enough to put my clothes on. But I've slept in a lot colder climates. I can remember when I was in the Army, I was stationed in Germany for about 4 years. And every year they do this thing called Reforger, to return the forces to Germany. And it's a big, almost like it's a war game, that troops from all over would come and play. But, we would be out like this in the German countryside, and man, it gets bone-chilling cold over there. And a lot of times we didn't have any heat at all. Or the clothes I have on right now are twice as warm as anything I owned when I was in the Army. Except my boots. I did have some really nice boots that were extremely warm, but the regular military issue cold weather gear sucks. And that's being nice. But man, there was There was mornings I'd wake up with frost all over my head and my face. A lot of times we would put a big trash bag inside our sleeping bags and then slide down inside of that to help hold your body temperature in. I don't know if it was a good idea or not, but it was definitely warmer. So I guess nobody died, so it must have worked all right. But I know a lot of times, as it's happening, it's a terrible memory. But then, many years after the fact, it becomes a fond memory, especially when you don't have to live like that. Hey everybody, it's about time to make a little coffee around these parts. I brewed, brewed 1 cup earlier, but that wasn't enough to do it. So we'll get a little more going in the old Fire Maple X2 coffee making machine right here. All right. Got us a little coffee on the go here. Whew. Chilly this morning, boys and girls. We do have our fire going over there. That's a huge plus compared to last night. Let me ease y'all around there and let you see the fire. It's a nice fire. Let's see if I can get this janky apparatus I built kind of set up around this fire a little bit here. Hey, this thing might work. Might work after all. That's a fine setup. Look at that. What y'all think about that? I built that in my laboratory with no instructions and no adult supervision. Just out of junk I had laying around. Looks like it ought to work pretty good. Yeah. Hopefully it'll be getting some kind of daylight around here for long. Let me turn off my magic filming light and we'll see just how much how light it is out here. I bet everybody don't turn their light off like I do. Just throw it on the ground and continue to drop it until it goes out. Back in the old days, the bulb wouldn't put up with that kind of junk. That'd be the end of that bulb. Whew. Yeah, that's looking good right there. I probably ought to throw a couple of them hot links on there that I was going to cook last night and maybe graze around on them for breakfast this morning along with some sausage and eggs. That'd probably be pretty good. Oh, Lord. Y'all give me a minute. I'm going to get them pulled out of the refrigerator and we'll set a couple on there and see how they come along. Welcome back, everybody. I tell you, in the middle of me fetching these Earl Campbell hot links, my my gas bottle ran out on my coffee making machine over here, so I had to take a pause for that. And I'll tell you what, I don't know Earl Campbell personally, but he makes it hard to get inside his packages for sure. Yeah, Earl Campbell don't want just everybody getting into his hot links, apparently. Some kind of child safe package here or something. Goodness gracious, Earl. Why you gotta treat a brother like this? Yeah, I ain't got nothing against you, Earl. I just wish you'd make your packaging a little easier to get into. Yeah, it's nothing personal. There we go. Got them bad boys roasting. Y'all hang on for a second. I gotta run around here to the garbage can. Man, tell you what, boys and girls, with it being a little cool this morning, nose running so fast I can't hardly keep it licked off my face. Whew. All right, yeah, we got us a good smudge burner. Got some Earl Campbell's finest here. And once we get these cooked up, obviously I'm not going to eat all 5 of these hot links, but I will save some for lunch. And we're going to cook some spicy sausage. And I don't know if that might be JC Potterfield or JD somebody or other. I don't know, some kind I never ate before, but it said spicy, so we're going to see about it. I like to try new things. Sometimes it's a win, sometimes it's a loss, but if you don't try it, you'll never know. That's what I know. Like I said, my gas bottle ran out on my fire maple unit over there. That set me back about 5 minutes on my coffee making, so I don't have a lot of faith in the bottle I got hitched up to it right now. It ain't sounding too good. I think it might be a little cold out here for that propane butane mix. I think it's a little finicky in cold weather. Yeah, that's exactly what I think. 'Cause it ain't faring too good over here. So we'll give it just a little while longer. Should make our next batch of coffee on the fire, I guess. Might be what we have to do this time around, because it's still got a little flame rolling there, but if it don't get with the program here pretty quick, we'll flip our script and make cowboy coffee, because it really don't matter to me. We can do it either way. All right, y'all. For whatever reason, my gas bottle's too cold and won't keep fire rolling, so I had to swap up my coffee making skills here and put my coffee pot over the fire. Switch gears a little bit. That's fine. We ain't mad about it. We're still gonna have coffee. Hey y'all, welcome back. It is about time to get some breakfast started here. I got an onion and a pepper we're going to cut up. I think we're going to do a little breakfast scramble. You know, last night I was talking about I was far enough back in the woods that probably wouldn't have anybody happening by, but sure enough, first thing this morning, a couple of hunters happened by, and what threw me off was they were dressed in orange, and it's not, I mean, it's deer season, but it's not gun season, it's just bow season, so not quite sure what they were doing with all the orange on, but anyway, once they spotted me over here, they went on about their business, which suited me fine. Well, they could have stopped, and I'd have shared a little coffee with them if they wanted some. We just didn't get enough of them all at once. All right, so there we got the peppers and onions done. Let me get a little Ziploc from the kitchen box here. And get this little guy in the refrigerator. Ooh, I probably better get another one of those. Obviously, I'm not going to use the whole pound of sausage here. So I am going to dispose of this, put this in the refrigerator, and I'll be right back. All right, came right back just like I said it would. J.C. Potter is what it is. I don't know where I got that J.D. Potterfield from, but anyway, J.C. Potter. Says it's hot. I guess we'll be the judge of that. All right, y'all, we got that skillet heated up a little bit. Let's get our sausage in there and get it to rolling. All right, everybody, I am back. I had to wash up my mistake here and take off another layer of clothes. Boy, I got hot sitting up here by this fire. When that thing got out of hand, it started doing me wrong. All right, everybody, welcome back. I got you a bird's eye view of the cooking situation here. I'm going to spin this around where I can get a hold of it. We're going to put us a couple of chicken eggs in there. One. And two. Oh. Let's mix these rascals around a little bit. All right, everybody, here is the finished product. I am going to eat these groceries and start packing this circus up. I really don't like these trips that are only one night, but that's how my schedule falls for this weekend. But anyway, we'll be back out before you know it. Until then, thanks for watching.